Hi, I am here with Harlow Russell. He is the founder and president of Awesome 3D Cards in Austin, Texas. And Harlow has just finished graduating from the Resilient Transformation Academy. And I'm just so happy that you're here to share your journey with us, Harlow. Welcome.
Thank you, Julie. It's great to be here.
Yeah. When I met you a couple months ago, you had some specific things that you would like to get out of this academy. So can you share with the audience, why did you decide to enroll in the Resilient Transformation Academy?
Well, Julie, as you recall, when we met and you were talking about coherence, I self-selected to be one of your guinea pigs in the meeting to try the device and share with everybody what was going on. And that was really an eye-opener because I long have suspected I am a person that lives in stress. And man, the results were very clear. It was right up on the wall for everybody to see with how incoherent the I was, and that was very black and white to me, and I really wanted to do something about that. I am an engineer by background, a long time ago, but still a little bit geeky, and so I found the technology and seeing the results almost real time to be just astounding. And a few months ago, I was really, really struggling with a lot of things that just caused me daily, hourly, by the minute stress. One of them was, and still is, although it's better, is an estrangement with my two daughters, Karina and Nicole, which has been going on for about a year and a half, and there's seemingly no end to it. And at that point, when we met, literally, it was something that I was thinking about and frankly disturbed about almost all the time, every day. In addition, knowing my background well, I grew up in an environment of stress. Stress is the default, and I've known that, but I've just never been able to affect that. And I am coming up to my 62nd birthday pretty soon, and it's time. Like, if I can find something that is effective, I want to do it. And so it was kind of a no-brainer to find out more about coherence and to just dive into it.
So thank you for sharing that. And when you talk about the stressors that you were feeling in your life, and then you got hooked up to the biofeedback in a presentation that I was doing, and you saw how stressed you were, what did that equate to? Did that equate to high blood pressure, not sleeping well, getting angry quickly? What was your stressors? How did it
Tick,
manifest?
tick, 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 tick. So blood pressure over the last year has been concerning. And taking some of the normal blood pressure medication, but still it really flip-flops. Not sleeping well at night. I think at the time that we met, that was really probably the worst, because that's really evident. Not sleeping well, waking up, being disturbed, and just then when the day starts, just not really feeling very good. So these things were happening, and I really found it difficult to affect those. And so I was in a pretty good position to say, "Hey, I'm going to give this a try and see what this is all about."
And Harlow, you jumped in with both feet, and you really made some progress, and you made progress quick. And before we jump
Yes.
into that, was there things that you had tried in the past that didn't work that you had hoped worked?
Yeah, a lot of things. I mean, I have dabbled in meditation and yoga, and those just they never stuck with me. I didn't find them to be what really fit for me. Um, of course, there's medication for blood pressure. there's medication to even, sleeping pills, which I really, really, that was like absolutely the worst case situation. And I just absolutely didn't want to do that. But was forced to a little bit to try, just to try to get a good night's rest. And that's really not what I want to be or where I want to go. Everything else, just a little bit airy fairy, well, talk yourself out of it, and positive thinking and all these intellectual kind of word games over the years have not worked for me. So seeing something that I got right away, wow, how stressed out I was. Because again, it was, you showed it right on the big screen in front of everybody. Look, you are really stressed out here. Was like, wow. So if you can see it real time, then perhaps learning the techniques to use that to adjust. I was really, really fascinated immediately and wanted, as you said, to jump full feet into this and go from there.
Well, and you did. You jumped in with both feet. So, as you talk about being able to see it on the big screen, because we do use biofeedback, and you jumped in with both feet and got your own personal biofeedback device, what did you start noticing right away? Like, how quickly did it start to work for you?
Well, at first, I kind of don't know what I'm doing, right? You don't know what you don't know. So you follow your guidance and videos, etc. And it's a little bit awkward at first, like, okay, how am I doing? But very quickly learning about what it is and how to interpret the results, and then have some goals literally with each session. And at first, even a 5-minute session was challenging to stay focused and to learn about focused breathing was tough for me. It was really tough. And I remember those first sessions, I'm like, man, whinge and whine. Of course, fast forward to today, where it's a no-brainer for me to do a 13 or a 15-minute session and have really, really, really high coherence. And looking at the results, you do learn. And literally, I'm not sure what I'm doing, but I think my body, my brain, my heart learns when I'm in that moment to literally calm down, breathe, calm down, and also a lot of, I don't want to say easy, but it's not rocket science in terms of how to be thinking and feeling when you're doing a session. That took me a little bit to kind of get, but like riding a bicycle, once you get it, it's actually become a very pleasant experience, and I look forward to my sessions now, and they're kind of fun because I like seeing the results and experimenting with kind of different feelings and thoughts and seeing how they actually affect the electro mechanical signals between my brain and my heart, because that's what it's reading.
I'm smiling ear to ear because I remember those first couple of sessions. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. Is this thing really working? And then fast forward to the session that you texted me today. Take a look at this session, and I was like, wow! I mean, one of the
Yeah.
best sessions that you've ever had. And
Yes.
so, people might be listening and saying, well, what does that mean? So you
Right.
came in with high blood pressure. You were quick to anger. You weren't sleeping through the night. Now you're talking about doing these sessions. Are you sleeping through the night? Do you not get angry as quick? Is your blood pressure down? I think people want to know, like, how does that translate
Yeah.
to a better life?
So look, there's no magic pill. It everything takes time and work. But I can say for sure I am sleeping better. And that's even just for that period, the end is so important. Um, you know, I'll take it, right? I don't need to understand all of the details. Blood pressure, I do regularly check my blood pressure, and it's interesting. I can actually manifest my blood pressure to go down after a session, which is like, it's not airy fairy and it's kind of weird, but it works. I have situations where I actually do a session and then I take my blood pressure and it's amazing. It really is something going on. I don't know quite all about it, nor do I want to know about it other than it works. Do I still get angry? Of course. I run my own business and, you know, it's never a dull moment. As I said earlier, today was just absurd with ridiculous problems. And yes, I get angry. However, I am better capable of seeing that and going, all right, I'm getting angry. Let's just do some breathing here, or maybe get up and, walk around and have some breathing, or even do a quick coherent session and then get back into it. I don't think, again, it's not a magic pill. It's not going to suddenly make everything wonderful, but it gives me some tools that me, 61-year-old geek can use and I go, okay, let me take a break here and maybe do a coherent session. And I know that it's going to internally do something that helps. And I'm happy with that. And that's good enough for me.
Have you found that? Because I know that there's probably a lot of people that might be watching this right now going, yeah, I get angry too. And, when we get angry, sometimes we spin out and we stay angry for hours, sometimes days, and then it affects our productivity. Are you finding that in the past that would happen where you would be angry for a while and now you can literally turn it off and shift and reset into calm? And then does that affect your relationships? Does it affect how you produce at work? Does it change your productivity, being able to turn off that anger and shift into something else?
Yeah. I mean, it's fairly common sense, that if you can be out of those negative emotions and at least be neutral, if not into some positive emotions, everybody's going to be happier, whoever's around you as well as yourself. I would say that, uh, as noted, I am aware this uh, program has made me much more aware of, hey, I'm getting angry and I'm starting to, not have my breathing starting to get off. Okay, check it out, pause. And that allows me, hopefully, to be able to fix whatever's going on faster, more efficiently, or with less confrontation with others. Because honestly, the anger I have is typically not with others; it's with myself, and being frustrated with myself. That's how I grew up, and so I'm still learning how to deal with that. The device and the constructs and the information is helping, and I have stress every day. I'm not going to replace that, but at least this gives me a tool that I can can figure out and get into, and it's not airy fairy. It's real. It's on the phone. You turn it on, and you go for a session. And during that session, you're forced to calm down, and that's good. I like it. And as I said, sometimes I even make it a bit of a game for myself. Okay, hey, I did this amount of coherence yesterday. Can I do a little bit more today? Let's play this game for a little bit and then go back to whatever I need to do.
I love it. And you are the founder and president of Awesome 3D Cards. So you run a business.
Yes, yes, I do.
How does this
For sure.
how does this translate into being a better leader in your business, having these tools?
Uh, I'd say that since I started, again, a lot of awareness of when I'm in stress, how other people interpret that. I may have my thoughts about, well, this is deserved, and some people have to deal with it, but no, it's not very good. So in my business, which is a small business, and I work with a lot of part-time people, as well as contractors and third parties, I have become very much more aware of how I show up,
Mm.
which may make perfect sense to me, but other people, don't feel comfortable with. So it's very important to me, to use any tool I have, to make the communication process between myself and everybody that's working for me and with me to be as smooth as possible. And since I've started the program, there has been an improvement, as well as when mistakes happen. I'm much easier and faster now to apologize and to work to correct whatever upset I caused from my stress. It's always the same. I'm causing upset to other people from the stress that is internal to me. If I can manage that better, then there's less upset with people that work for me or that I work with or that I need to, work with.
Which is saving a lot of time, I can imagine. A whole
Well,
lot.
more so than time, it's the effect because when you're angry and you may feel justified and just, vent, other people are in their construct. And so they can get very offended. They can get very upset as well. And that's not good for business. Absolutely not. And so it's not perfect. Still make a lot of mistakes, but I think I'm making less mistakes since starting the program and also correcting and acknowledging those and working towards solutions faster, simply because that's sort of the benefit of learning about coherence and the roots of this in our own bodies.
And how are you going to use this moving forward? I mean, you had so many beautiful transformations during this time together. How are you going to use it going forward?
Well, to give you an example, on business trips, I think this is a wonderful tool to take with you. And I just was on a business trip, and I took my coherence gadget specifically to prepare for the day. And for instance, I've used it many times where I know this is an important day. I have a webinar, or I have an exhibition to do, or I have a show to do. And so this is now a very much desired tool to use to get into coherence and help me mentally. But I know that this is helping me internally in ways that I may not really understand completely. But hey, the numbers and what you see on the screen indicate, hey, you're in coherence. So I'd rather have this tool and arm myself and protect my heart and protect my brain, and kind of it's now another tool to go into battle, in this case in the business world. And I have that, and I feel very lucky that I have this tool now. It's very easy, and I didn't have it before. So for me, it makes sense. And for me, it's become easy, and I feel better. I just feel like, hey, I'm in coherence. I just had a session. I'm in high coherence. I'm prepared to communicate with others in the best way possible.
Sounds to me like you're being very intentional about your day and how you show up and what your energy is like, and that is really paying off in your world.
Yes, because this is now something that I look forward to, is doing kind of the first thing in the day to get me started, getting the right balance. And then during the day, if I feel out of balance, something happened totally out of my control, and it just is really frustrating. Frustrating is the key word for me. Then I have this tool, and maybe I do a quick session, not a full session, to help rebalance me rather than continue for the rest of the day in an environment of frustration. I grew up with frustration as a default. That's how my mom operated, and I didn't know any different. And here I am, 60 years later, still operating in a default of frustration. It sucks. And I don't want that. So this to me has come across at the right time to help me and adjust during my day and deal with the world of frustration much, much, much more effectively, better than any other, you know, any other thing that I've done in recent history.
Well, if you're not operating in frustration, what are you operating in instead?
Well, this has helped me be able to move quickly to operate in joy, happiness, joyfulness, meaning fun. I do have a very fun, creative business, and I should experience that. And also to be in joy and happiness and peacefulness, interacting with others. It's one thing to, be in a room all day and you're dealing with stuff yourself. It's another to be working with all kinds of people that have their own, constructs. So it's helped me move into being more aware and also working quickly if I feel that I'm off balance, even without the device, just to immediately be able to breathe in a certain way that helps calm me down. I never grew up in calm. I grew up in the opposite. My environment was chaos. That's the default. Well, it's tiring. It really zaps your energy to live in chaos all the time. Living in calm, in a sense of calm and peacefulness, joy, gratitude, frankly, is more energetic, and it gives me more energy than the default red light language, red light emotions of fear and anger and frustration and hostility and chaos that has been my default for many, many years.
Wow. Wow. My heart is just smiling right now because I think about, as kids and teenagers and young adults, if we grow up in that environment, our nervous systems get locked into that state of incoherence, and we get more frustration and anger, and we just don't know. It's just how we grew up. And what I'm really hearing you say is that you've been able to unlock that. You've unlocked the past and are creating peace, love, joy, and happiness. And as a leader in your community and somebody that's traveling the world with your business, and you are sharing joy in what you do. And then, just in the nature of your business, Awesome 3D Cards, now you're sharing it from the nature of who you are being. You are being joy and peace and calm. And all these results that you talked about today. And just, I think about people as human beings, when we can share peace, love, and joy with others, isn't that just a gift that we can give from who we are in our state of being and give that to other people?
Absolutely. I mean, it's that's a no-brainer to get. And the key is, okay, well, how do I do that? Right? How's that work? And this is a very, very, well-researched and really interesting tool where you see the results of your own body between your brain and your heart immediately and literally real time. You can watch that, and that's the real gift of this particular program and technology, because it is a tech product, and I'm very happy to have been exposed to it, and I'm happy you selected me as the guinea pig that day, so I could see how
You
really
volunteer too.
screwed
So
up I was.
I'm really glad you did. And it's been such a pleasure to work with you and just watch you grow and transform and move from that state of frustration and red light language to creating peace and love and joy and just waking up happy, and just such a gift of transformation that you haven't just given yourself, but you're giving to your employees, you're giving it to your family, because you're showing up differently and you're at choice in every single moment to do this. And you've unlocked the power of your brain and your heart and your body, and you know how to align that. And it's just an absolute pleasure to work with you and watch your transformation and listen to this testimonial. I'm just grinning from ear to ear. You're just such a pleasure. Thank you, Harlow.
Well, thank you. And it is a choice. And the program has helped me see Uh, not, it is kind of common sense, but we do have a choice. We have a choice for everything we do. And we have a choice to be in frustration. We have a choice to be angry. And it's not perfect. I mean, I got angry today at something, but just being able to learn, hey, to move faster back into what you may also want, which is peace, calm, and just moving away from wallowing in in that frustration bucket for hours or days. So I'm able to move faster. I haven't been able to eliminate, and maybe I never will, but that's okay. But if I can immediately recognize I'm in frustration, I'm in anger, and recognize that, and then move quickly away from that, then I'll be a happier person, and I'll be a better person in terms of my business, my relationships, and just my life. I think that this coherence program, I think of it as sort of when I'm doing it, I'm creating this kind of green, calming shell around my heart, as protection. And as I go through the coherence session, I just imagine kind of, all right, enveloping my heart with this superhuman gel that helps me and hopefully keeps me living longer, and happier than I would without it. That's how I imagine this stuff happening between my head and my heart. That's me.
Beautiful, beautiful, Harlow. Well, just thank you for sharing your journey and your transformation and inspiring others who may be listening to this. And again, congratulations on your beautiful, beautiful transformation. It's been a pleasure to work with you.
Thank you. Well, I hope this has been encouraging for people just like me out there. There are these tools. So thanks so much.
Thank you.